Table fans, it's time for the 40K bat rep that you crave. I finally got sick of looking at Thomas strutting around downstairs like he's cock of the walk, knows everything, end all and be all. His little pink flip-flops, flipping and flapping back and forth.
I had to buy new ones actually. I lost.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, my old pair broke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do
well, there you go. They'll do that when you're all right, anyway. Okay, so something about awesomeness. I don't know. All right, folks, let's take a look at the winning side, the Eldar. Eldar have been around the longest. Definitely the absolute best race in 40K. Bam! 1850. What now? Ready to receive any threat whatsoever. That's right. So, I've got, Wraith Guard with D sides, 3 units of those. This one's not quite painted, but it'll do. I have Wave Serpents with Spirit Stones, Holofields, Vectored Engines, and Scatter Lasers up top, twin linked. 3 units of Jet Bikes, 3 each, with Shuriken Cannon. Whatever it is, this thing, a Crimson Hunter, with Exarch, of course, because that's the only way to fly. And the almighty invincible Wraith Knight, the bane of all that oppose. Quite frankly, I don't even know how Tom's is going to deal with the Wraith Knight. There's almost no way. I didn't bring 5 of them like Dave.
Probably.
Really? Seriously? 5? And a Spirit Seer. And you'll see on the studio update that we rolled up Voices of Twilight and Puppet Master. And Tomas rolled up, Voices of Twilight and Hallucination. And Tomas here on his Librariano, he rolled up Puppet Master and Hallucination. So we've got a lot of Hallucination. Hallucination is a malediction, I last knew. So that makes it a little tougher because you got to fire that off at the beginning of the turn before you move. So not my favorite, but it does have some really cool effects to it. So Thomas is getting his army set up, and we're going to go ahead and roll for mission and whatnot. Warlord traits for the Spirit Seer. I'm taking them out of Book of Iyanden. And here they go. A 5, which is Purity of the Flawless Soul. That's +1 to deny the witch rolls. Not too shabby. That just means they won't be ever targeted.
Him specifically?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep,
right.
Just him and his unit, yeah.
I'm going to roll out of the regular book.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, the Space Marine one.
Page 111.
I'm going to go ahead and roll a, let's see, you have...
I'm going to predict a strategic trait.
I'm going to go with actually personal.
Oh, personal. That I was not expecting that.
Master of Offense.
Furious charge.
While in your deployment zone.
Wow. All right.
It could be good.
Well, it could be good. All right, so we set up the terrain already, or rather I set up the terrain.
Looks good. I like this terrain.
So let's go ahead and roll up mission.
Okay.
Here it comes. Mission is 5, which is the Emperor's Will. That's so one objective in each deployment zone. And battlefield type. Here she blows. Yeah, go ahead.
3?
A 3,
so
which is...
Hammer and Anvil.
Yeah, that's right. Hammer and Anvil. Not my favorite. Not the Eldar's favorite, because it gives me a little less room to maneuver. But there you go. Do you want to do a different one?
No, well, I mean, yeah, if you want.
Yeah, well, I do want.
Okay, which one are we doing?
Let's do just table edges.
So, Dawn of War?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good. Ah, you like that? It's a friendly game.
Yeah.
So, this is an 8-foot board. And by the way, that's how these 2-inch hard styro sheets come. And I do recommend doing 8-footers, because if you play a larger game, that's slightly better. But as you'll notice, I've used these Space Hulk arrows to just peel off 2 feet of the board, because for 1850, you do want a more tournament-sized 6-foot board. Thomas says yes.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Want to see what's in my army here?
I do. Let's take a look at the Spec Marines.
Okay.
Look at these guys.
So, led by a Librarian in Terminator armor, Power Axe and Storm Shield.
All right.
He has a Tech Marine whose servo harness fell off, but he has a servo harness and a Power Axe.
Okay.
And then 3 Thunderfire cannons with Tech Marines.
I love those.
2 tactical squads, 10-man, power fists on the sergeants, las
So
cannon,
each in
and flamer.
Razorbacks?
Yeah, they have a Razorback dedicated transport. They will combat squad. I always combat
Oh, I
squad.
see. Okay.
And then 2 land speeder typhoons.
So hold on. Space Marines can get 6 tactical squads, combat squad, all of them, and have 12 scoring units?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Inside 1 4-sword, yeah.
Okay. What's next then?
So 2 Stern Guard units, 1 with double Melta, 2 with double heavy flamer, or 1 with double heavy flamer in drop
Okay.
pods.
All right.
And then heavy bolter attack bikes.
Okay.
Heavy bolter attack bikes.
Are those all one unit then?
Yeah, just 1 unit.
Now that's interesting. Why are you taking those? They seem like kind of...
Really heavy shooting. Like it has 9 shots at up to 36 inches with string 5 AP4, and then if I get within 24, I get a twin link bolter shot, and if I get within 12, it's like 15 shots at you. So it's kind of an infantry killer.
It's interesting. All right.
I like it. It's cheap. It's only 135 points.
Really?
And they're
So
pretty
45
resilient.
points each.
Yeah.
Right. And they're are they a 3-up or 2-up save on
3-up
those?
save.
Okay. All right, well, guys, that's what I'm up against, and let me tell you, this is a pretty flexible army. It's got a lot of different options in it, a lot of things that can deal with different threats. Do you have anything that has Skyfire or Interceptor?
Yeah, you do. I have an Aegis defense line.
Ah, that thing. Yeah.
Speaking
right.
of that, we need to roll for table half so I can place my Aegis defense line.
So we roll off then, and
I got a 2.
and I got a 4.
Which side?
So I took this side because of this giant open area right here. Now you might think it'd be better for me to, all right, we're adjusting the terrain.
That's because Aegis gets placed before terrain technically.
Oh, I see.
So I get to
Okay.
place it before you.
All right, well that's good to know, because I was just about to say that because of the constricted field, it would affect the defense line, but it doesn't.
No.
Oh, there you go.
That's one of those things.
All right,
You get to
great.
Place it first.
Well, then can we put this giant piece right in the middle then, like this? No, I'm kidding. Awesome. Yeah, quite frankly, I'm a fan of doing narrative terrain and not, actually placing terrain. Some people are really AR about that. But
I have no
because it's
problem
weird.
either way.
When you go back and forth, you end up with strange stuff,
That's true. I don't have a problem either way. It's just per the rules, these things don't work unless you
I'm
place
fine.
them first.
Oh, absolutely. So question, because they have to touch, right? They have to be a contiguous
Well, it has to
thing.
touch, and it's supposed to be outside 3 inches of any other terrain, technically.
I see. Okay.
So,
Well, that's interesting. But it can be out farther than your deployment zone then?
anywhere in my table half.
Oh, okay. All right. See, I'm learning something new already. You're making like a little castle. There's a
Yeah.
reason for that?
I can put this guy in, I put this in there, and it will get a save from all angles. It'll
I see.
benefit from the Aegis at all angles.
That's cool. That's a helpful hint, folks. Yeah, so I'll have to like kill that before anything else happens. So we rolled off. It was an interesting roll. And yeah, he rolled a 6 and a 6, tied, for option to go first, deploy first, and then a 1 and a 6.
Yeah.
So I chose to deploy first and go first. Now for Eldar, that's not so bad because you can easily redeploy. It's not a big advantage for your opponent to see where you are because you can be somewhere else pretty quickly, actually. So my whole army fits in a square foot here. And because of the way this is angled, because this is a solid piece right here, you really can't see through this dealy hickey, at least not from the deployment zone. Most likely, I haven't actually checked it. But yeah, I'm looking pretty good, just kind of all crammed in here. I got my jet bike safely behind this wall of Wave Serpent. One of these has a rune on the back, and that is where the Spirit Seer is. That's how I differentiate that. And I think this guy's safely out of sight, if you can believe it or not. So now Thomas is going to deploy, and we'll be off to the races. All right, while Thomas is deploying, I will tell you a little bit about Blue Table Painting and its services, and do so quickly and concisely. If you would like models assembled and painted, you can contact our inquiries department. There is a phone number and email below, and basically you get a quote. If you want to proceed, then you send half down, and we get your models either by ordering them or you ordering them. We suggest the latter. And when the models come in, you get confirmations at every step of the way. And we put our expert art team to the task that has a full-on support system of administrative personnel who make sure that everything's packed and communicated and kept track of and quality controlled at every step of the way. We currently are at, let's go to the scoreboard, approximately 7,000 contracts that we have accepted, and approximately 7,000 contracts that have been completed. And by approximate, I mean the only ones not completed are the ones that are currently in process. So we have a sterling record of reliability and security, and we keep careful track of everything, and that's why Blue Table Painting has been around for coming up on 10 years now. So definitely treat yourself to the Blue Table experience, and you can of course see awesome painted armies by staff, and a lot of times the armies that you see in the bat reps are for sale on our web store, which is bluetablepaintingstore.com. I think we have something like between 10 and 20 armies all ready to go. In fact, this Eldar army, this awesome Eldar army, is on the block right now, and you can just pick that up. And on top of that, you can trade in figures and get a credit for the web store. So you are almost never without means for us to do something to get you into an awesome army and some new models.
They had planned this well in advance. All right, so my deployment, put my ages up a little bit further in my table half, so my guys actually have to start not on it. But that's okay, they're gonna probably mostly benefit from it anyway. Plus we have night fight on the first turn, so I'm not really worried that much about what Sean can do to me. I bolstered these three, well actually I'm gonna bolster, all three pieces of terrain. I have 3 tech marines, I have 4 tech marines technically, so I could bolster another piece of terrain if I have one.
What does bolstering
It adds 1
do?
to the cover save.
Okay.
So
these will give 3-up saves?
Yeah.
Yowza.
Yeah.
All right,
Pretty
that's
brutal.
awesome.
But
Can
it
you
helps you
bolster
do.
the Aegis defense line?
No, I can't
It's
bolster
only
anything I've
like
purchased.
runes.
No, it's only things that, it used to be runes, new codex is any piece of terrain.
Wow.
Except for pieces of terrain you purchase.
Ah, okay.
So anyway,
that goes.
Thunderfire
Okay.
here, Thunderfire here, Thunderfire there. My attack bikes are hanging out behind this building. One of the land speeders is behind the building. Other land speeder here. Two Razorbacks with tactical squads in them. And then the other half of the tactical squads here and here. Aegis, and then I have 2 drop pods of Stern Guard and Reserve. The Light Marine has joined the one with Flamers. The Tech Marine has joined the one with Meltas.
Okay.
And,
now, is there a reason why you did it that particular way?
Well, I wanted to have them have it. Each of them are both the Tech Marine and the Librarian are decent in combat, and they also have a 2-up save. So I wanted to give kind of use them as a shield.
I see. Okay.
And then I mean they can deal with. They each have a bunch of AP1, AP2 attacks, so they can deal with your and higher strength.
Right.
Your
The Wraith Guard. So it doesn't take forever to chop through those.
Right.
All right,
And then,
fantastic.
Let's see.
So 2 units in reserve,
I'm
right?
using Salamanders. This is a Salamander list, by the way.
Okay,
if anybody's
so that's
curious. I have the chapter tactics of all my guys get to re-roll armor saves against flamer weapons and
template
saves,
weapons or
saves
flamer
against
weapons?
Flamer weapons. Yeah.
Saves. Does that
Saves
count
against
against
flamer
the D
weapons.
size? It's not
Maybe.
Is it template weapons or is it
says flamer
flamer?
weapons, so it's probably not.
All right.
But I also get to re-roll my failed flamer to wounds.
Oh, okay.
And-
Wow.
And all my characters get a free mastercrafted weapon. So just about
that's fantastic.
every character has a mastercraft weapon basically.
Okay.
So.
All right. Thanks.
Yep.